Now all you people, I want you to set those headphones down. Get up. I said get up off your chairs and sing it with me one time. One time. It don't cost nothing, but you feel real good. But here we go. It's the Humpday happy hour hangout. Yes, it's the Humpday happy hour hangout. Oh yes, let's all get used at the director's garage.
Yeah, why not? It's a little early, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere, as we like to say. Hey, everybody. Let's pull the music down. Oh, yeah. Love that song. Oh, we got a lot to do today. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Humpday Happy Hour Hangout here at the Director's Garage Live. I'm your host and resident idiot, Michael, and got the Audeze LCD-4 again this week because I haven't changed much since the last time we met. We've had some challenges around here at the Director's Garage. Let's start with the big news. Mrs. Director broke her foot. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Mrs. Director broke her foot. She was jumping around on her birthday, and she landed funny on her foot and snapped it. And so your director has been the MC of entertainment and mobility. I've been driving her around and getting her. We picked up a cart for her to do a little knee riding while her foot heals. It's going to be the next 6 weeks are going to be pretty rough, boys. I don't mind telling you. But no surgery required. That's the good news. And but I might need surgery on my brain. Because I have to drive her to work, pick her up from work, take her to the store, pick up her meds, you know, all the stuff. So that's kind of what I've been a man slave this week. Hey, how you doing? So that's kind of fun. That's kind of one thing that's going on, and it's really dominated everything for the last week. Because anytime she needs something, it's like I've just got to go because she's got, I can't have her hopping around, for God's sake. She's my wife. So Mrs. Director is ailing but on the mend, and there you go. But what are we going to do today? Today is going to be really fun because I did a ton of research to find you guys the very best Prime deals on Amazon. Amazon Prime days are going on for another 2 days. Today, tomorrow, and I believe on Friday. And it ends. So I scoured Amazon for anything I could find that was a reasonable discount. I'm not going to hit you guys up with the 10% off. That's BS. That's bullshit, frankly. I'm not going to, we can do better, right? So I really scoured for the best big discounts where it's like, oh, this is something to consider. So I went through Amazon and I've got a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to show off. There are links to everything in the description. You can just follow along if you want, or, just know that you can come back to this video later, check it out, and you'll have links to everything that's on sale that I found. And some of these things are actually really cool, and I would consider buying something like them. So we're going to do that. Then Hipster Cow, one of my very favorite fans of the show. He's a Patreon member, always contributes immensely to our hangover hangouts on the weekends. Hugely knowledgeable guy and one hell of a headphone owner. And he sent me some spectacular photos of his system, and I'm going to get to share all of it. And I mean, not like 5 photos or something. Like, we're talking like more than 20 photos here, guys. We're going to get to Hipster Cow open the vault. Sajan, my good friend, and we've got a lot coming. We've got a lot to look at today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Musically this week, because of the big reunion concert, I have been knee-deep in Oasis this week. I've been listening to a lot of Oasis, one of the greatest theft bands in history. Oasis stole from everybody. they had more lawsuits against them. They were sued by Coca-Cola. They did a preemptive strike to avoid being sued by Stevie Wonder. Oh my God, it's amazing. They've been sued by everybody under the sun, basically for getting a little too liberal with their use of previously recorded material. Not that they were sampling, but they were influenced heavily by some previous bands you may have heard of. And were threatened many times with lawsuits over their, and to his credit, Noel, who writes the music, Liam is the front man who's got the voice and the attitude and all that, and Noel is the cranky guitar player. Those two fought. They haven't played together in 20 years, and they finally buried the hatchet and got together, and they're going to go out on tour. And their first concert was last weekend. I watched as much as I could on YouTube. I'm a huge Oasis fan. I just think that big rock bands, big stadium rock bands don't come along very often anymore, and it's a lot of fun. So I listened to a lot of Oasis this week, and revisited What's the Story Morning Glory, which has got hooks on top of hooks on top of hooks. Some of them were contrived from previous recorded material, but that's okay. I mean, if you listen to the song She's Electric and listen to the last bar, if that's not the end of Little Help from My Friends, I don't know what is. It's a direct lift. Lots of stuff like that. Anyway, there's some videos on it on YouTube too. If you ever look up like Oasis and what they've borrowed. It's really so. I'm going to get into the Amazon Prime deals because I think that's why a lot of people are showing up today. I think everybody wants. And Hipster Cow, I announced earlier, we're going to go through your plethora. Hipster Cow opened up the vault, and we have got some stuff to look at later. But first, we're going to go through all of the Amazon Prime deals that I found that I thought were significant discounts. These are significant discounts and worth your attention. What is Amazon doing now? They don't sell super high-end stuff, and I wouldn't expect to find high-end stuff on there, but there are some nice deals here on some pretty good sounding gear, and we're going to go through it all. All of the links are in the description below, and let's get to the first. Whoa, that's not correct. First mistake of the day. Everybody drink. Cheers, everybody. All right, here's my first one. First one is the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless Smart Earbuds. Now, these aren't my favorite. I still think the Noble Mystique of everything I've heard is the best. Now, I've had these. I've owned these. True Momentum True Wireless 4 earbuds. They sound really good. I'm very impressed with them. They have nice adaptive noise cancellation. They've got a really nice app to run them. This is a good deal, and these are 35% off. 35% off, folks. You're not gonna. That's a damn attractive number right there. $228 for earbuds. And these sound really good. These I got to give them credit. Bluetooth, they do the whole thing with the phone, smartphone. A bunch of tapping features on your ear. You can pause, play, answer a call, all the things. Sennheiser has the electronics worked out, maybe as good as anybody except Bose. Bose might have them a little bit on the electronics. And I will say this too, before we go further, there are a lot of Bose things for sale. I'm not going to go over Bose. Bose is, I mean, most of us are like Bose. So I'm not going to go with the Bose sales at all. This is all going to be brands that, you know, you and I either know or should pay attention to. So we're going to start with Sennheiser, and the first one that I picked was this here, Sennheiser Momentum 4. 35% off, $228 will get you home with one of the state-of-the-art IEMs, true wireless IEMs. Let's do the over-ear, because that's 39% off the Momentum 4 wireless over-ear headphones in black. If you go to another color, it's going to cost more. But $229 will get you into 60 hours of battery life, all the things. You know, Sennheiser doesn't make terrible stuff. It's maybe not everybody's favorite, but they make good stuff. It's good. I haven't heard this particular headphone myself, but at 39% off, damn, that's a deal. That is a deal, folks. That is a good deal, and it's something that I would recommend checking out if you're in the market for an over-ear true wireless. That's like a third of the price of the Batiste and or the Apollo. So, you know, you're really getting a lot of value there for $229, and I think this is something to check out if you're interested. Next one is a classic. It's the Sennheiser, based on the Sennheiser HD-600 line. This is the HD-600 660 S2. It's a wired headphone, vented, just like all the classic Sennheisers. The good news here is 43% off at $389. You can get into the latest S2 Sennheiser HD-660. And this is really, to me, this is the entry. Like, if you're looking for an on-ramp into the world of audiophile headphones, this would be the headphone that I would say best represents that on-ramp. You know, you can get better. You can do much better. There's no question. But good price on a true audiophile pair of open ears at 43% off. Now, I'm sure some of this is, you know, you'll find them discounted throughout the year, and so it might be a bit of an asterisk there. But you still, that's a really good price on something you're going to get a lot of value out of, and really good sounding. Now, there are some other Sennheisers, and I'm going to go over these a little more quickly, but yeah, that's a pretty damn good price there. You 58% off on the Sennheiser 599 SE. I don't think these are great sounding headphones from what I can't say, I don't remember if I've heard these or not. I may have tried them at one time or another, but they are 58% off, and they're not gonna, you know, personally, I'm gonna obviously push you to the HD-660, but at $99, you can get into a nice pair of over-ears with great Sennheiser style and build. That's pretty attractive, and you know, when you get into that much off, it's like, holy God, you're over 50% off. Goodness. Maybe it's a blowout sale. Maybe something's going out of business, out of production, and it's like end of life or something. I don't know. Next one up is the Sennheiser HD-505 headphones. This is kind of a mid-tier entry level, closed back, and you know, a nice pair. 30% off is the deal. I mean, again, when you're some of these other ones, 43% off, 58% off. And I don't know, if I'm in this price range, I'm actually going to consider this Momentum myself, because I like the idea of not having wires, and you know, the Bluetooth stuff is getting better and better. Bluetooth is getting better and better, and this is pretty attractive. I would probably go for that over the wired, even though these wired might have a little more bass, there might be a little more control in these. I still think that the true wireless is the way to go. The last one is the 560, 41% off. This is the end of the Sennheiser run here. The Sennheisers are, they're just blowing them out, I guess. All these kind of entry-level, mid-tier stuff. It's got some good prices going on here. And this is probably their best flagship, or their best, sorry. No, this is probably their best closed back. Yeah, this and the HE1, guys. Buy this or the HE1, one or the other. That's their flagship. Jesus. But no, the HD560 is probably their best closed back of this in this area, in this price range. 41% off at $161. These are all really good deals on Sennheiser products. Again, you've got a true wireless earbud, really attractive price there. Very attractive price on the Momentum 4 over-ear. That's probably my pick of this litter, as it were. That, and then along with the HD660S2. These are kind of mid-tiers. I just noted them because they are a significant discount. And, as I said, we're only talking about good discounts. I'm not going to 10% off, 15% off, forget it. Although I got a couple of 15%ers coming up later. But this is the pick of the crop. Now, next up, we're going to go to Sony. And Sony, there's a couple of deals on Sony's, and I wish they were discounting the Audeze. What's the one that begins with an M? I forgot the name of it already. But the real Maxwell's. I wish they were discounting the Maxwell's, but they're not. But they do have these. This is the Sony WH-1000 XM5, 25% off. This is Sony's sort of answer to that Momentum 4. So if you like the Sony sound, which is a little more commercial, this might be a good answer. $298, pretty steep, a little steep side there, but it is 25% off. That's a big, big discount. And again, this one's 30 hours of battery life versus the 60 of the Momentum. I'd probably lean to the Momentum if I was going to choose between these two, because you know, it's like you're going to save another 70, 80 bucks, and you get more. And Sennheiser knows what they're doing with headphones. So I would probably lean more to the Momentum myself. But Sony's got their own style and their own house sound. And if you're into it, this will get you there. Let's look through some of the photos. Best noise cancellation. Never you mind. No need to look further. Crystal clear, hands-free calling. Long battery life. 60 hours on the other one. But, you know, that's still a long, magnificent sound. I don't know what that means. Magnificent meaning it's got fantastic highs and lows. Already the best-in-class noise cancellation has been stepped up even further. I would offer that these guys have not heard the Apollo from... But I haven't heard these, to be fair, so I probably shouldn't dig on them too much. I just love the wording of some of this stuff. I think it's hysterical. All right. But these are on sale, $298, 25% off. Still a good discount. Again, it's got to be a good discount for me to want to go there. Now these are a cheapo pair, 70% off. The reason that I bring these up is because if you're into audio production, this is the standard for most field audio people. When I used to do directing and I'd work with audio guys in the field, this is a go-to headphone. This is a reference level field production headphone. This is not audiophile. This is about getting as close to accuracy and flat as you can. And I can't think of another headphone I've seen more in the field for audio technicians, field sound recordists in the field. They monitor almost everything on this headphone. So it was on sale. It's 17% off. And if you want to hear a true flat headphone, or you're interested in doing some mixing, this would be a great headphone for mixing because it's very flat. And reasonably cheap. You can bang them around, and it's not going to cost you, the end of the earth if you bang them up or something or lose them. Next up, we're going to go to HiFiman. Now, HiFiman, they got a couple of deals here, and I'm going to start with the Sendara, 18% off, $229. This is a really nice sounding open ear headphone. The really entry level for HiFiman in the open air, space. It's a planar magnetic. Pardon me. Cheers, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Nice price on these, $229, and yeah, you get a Sendara. I mean, these aren't the highest build quality you'll ever see. Sorry, it's garbage day, so the trucks are going up and down the street now. But the Sendara, I think, is a really nice sounding headphone for the price. I think the build quality is good enough. These aren't the end-all be-all. They're a little on the flimsier side, but, you know, it's also an entry-level product. And yeah, I think these represent well. And these are highly reviewed. I've heard these. I think they're good. I think they're a nice headphone for the price. And if you want to get into the HiFiman planar sound, this is a pretty good on-ramp. HiFiman has one other item for sale, and that's 52% off on the HiFiman Edition XS. These are stealth magnetic headphones. I don't think these are my favorite on the planet, and I don't think they're a great build. They really, you know, they're saving some cash on the build on this thing. A lot of plastic on this, but it does have the traditional HiFiman sort of look, the egg-shaped cup, all of it. And you do get a large planar sound for this with stealth magnets. I just don't know that this is this is my favorite of the bunch. But the Edition XS, I've seen some people who rave about this headphone. 52% off, a really good deal, a steal at this price. And if you were looking for a larger sized HiFiman to get into, this is their best deal on Amazon Prime right now. $239, 52% off. We're going for deals, boys. I want deals. Good deals only. All of these, again, are linked in the description below. You can link right through if you're interested in checking them out. And you don't have to type in any of the numbers or remember any of this stuff. You just click, 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 click to your heart's complete. But let's move on now to a couple of DACs. And for that, we're going to go to our friends at Questyle. Questyle, this stuff isn't discounted quite as much, but they still are pretty attractive prices. This is a little dongle DAC, the Questyle M15i. They have a cheaper model that's also on discount at Amazon Prime. It doesn't quite have all the features of this one, but I have this unit. I like this unit. I think this sounds great. This is a great alternative to direct out of your iPhone. This is a great dongle DAC, and somebody here told me to buy this for my IEMs when I'm on the road, and I have to say, this is a nice option. It's a pretty looking device. It sounds really nice, and it's on sale on Amazon Prime right now for 15% off at $169. Pretty good deal. Now, I mentioned the other Questyle that's for sale. This one's got a little better discount on it, 23% off. This one doesn't have all of the features, and I don't think the other one might have a different DAC chip in it. But this is another M15. This is the M15C. I don't know I didn't take the time to do all the research on this, what the differences are, because I have the M15i. One difference is it's silver. Look at that, it's silver. But it will work, and it'll do the job, but I'm not quite as familiar with this particular product. I just noted it because it did come up when I was looking at the M15i and I saw that it was on sale. I'm like, ooh, that's a deal. But you might try this if you're looking for something a little cheaper and didn't want to spring $150. this is for half the price. You'll get probably about half the sound in the DAC. I'm guessing. There is one other Questyle product for $279, this M18i. I have not heard this device. It is a little larger in size, but not that big, and it will also do decoding. And it looks like you're getting a dual DAC. You're getting a dual ESS flagship DAC chip. So you're getting into dual DACs here, one DAC for each channel, and probably a little better quality, I would guess. I love the digital display on this. That's attractive. That's something that the M15i does not have. So maybe that's one part of the step up and part of the reason for the price increase on this. DSD 256, PCM 384, pretty good. And the price on this deal, 30% off. 30% off. Pretty damn attractive, folks. Pretty damn attractive. If you're a Prime member, you can get into that deal. I'm a big fan of this one, and maybe that would be my DAC pick of the three. But I know the M15i, and I know how good it sounds. I would steer you to that first because I've heard it. That said, pretty attractive to get dual DACs here on the M18i. Pretty good, pretty good. Now the next couple are sort of accessories. I'm going to go through, and that's because there's a brand called TODN that they sell, and this is probably out of China, I'm imagining. But they've got 17% off on their power cable. It's a 7 gauge. This is a thick mama, a beautiful thick power cable. And they've got it on Prime discount, 17% off for $50. You can get into this 24 karat gold plated power cable. If you're looking for a nice power cable, that's the way to go. And all of these TODN hi-fi cables, there's a bunch of them for sale on Amazon Prime right now. 20% off their XLR pair at $66. So if you're looking for a little higher end over the HOSA cables that you buy from Guitar Guitar Center, this is a more audiophile pair. And $66, 20% off for this. So pretty good deals there. Those are my favorite Amazon Prime deals, but I wanted to share them with you, give you links to them because it is sort of something we're all talking about and looking for. Who doesn't love a deal, fellas? Who doesn't love a deal? If you have any of your own that I've missed, because I clearly can't scour every product on Amazon, go ahead and drop it down in the description. There are some topping things that are on sale. SMSL have some products on sale, but they're like 12% off, 10% off. They're not enough of a deal for me to go, yeah, that's something worth buying. I'm looking for stuff. I wanted big bucks, no whammies deals. Stuff that's 20% off, 18% off, up to 50% off on some of this stuff. So there you go. It's QVC for Director's Garage. I love finding deals, fellas, and I love passing them on to you guys. It's a lot of fun. If you're in the market for any of this stuff, links in the description. Go ahead and you can check them out for yourself. Now, we also have, we'll go through the chat a little bit, and then we're going to go on to Sajan's amazing system that he sent me. Sajan opened up the vault, man, and we've got some quality viewing coming up. Happy Hump Day, says Gil Renard. Greetings, says Ginger Hermit. Hipster Cow in the house. Howdy, gents. Early happy hour. We are a little bit earlier today, and as I said, with Mrs. Director on the mend, and I'm going to have to go pick her up from work, and I didn't want to get into a live stream at 3:30, my normal start time, Pacific time, and then it's like all of a sudden I got to go because she called me at 4:30 and said I'm ready to go. And she typically gets done a little bit on the early side on Wednesdays, so I've got to be ready to bolt out of here to pick her up anytime after like 3:30. So I did want to get the live stream going, and I wanted to do one this week. Still working on a guest for maybe on Saturday, but nobody's gotten back to me yet. everybody's really enjoying this 4th. I would love to get an earlier Hangover Hangout in this month. I'm going to try for it. I just got to find a guest and find somebody who wants to come on, because I'm looking for a guest. I'd love to get a headphone cable person to really walk me through their perceptions of what cables do and the different materials and how they affect the sound in their from their research as a headphone cable manufacturer. And I was trying to get Trevor from Norn in for a while, but he's a little camera shy, and so I'm trying to find somebody who wants to really dive in and explain this to us, because we're all fans of this stuff, and I really want to get a cable person in to talk about headphone cables, mic cables, or interconnects, things like that. So I tried Questyle. I've been trying some different things. If anybody has a connection over at, I think is it Moon that does the I don't think it's Moon. I think it's somebody else. Who does the Silver Dragons? Those are really nice cables. I'd love to get somebody from there over. It's not Moon. It might be Headamp. No, it's not Headamp either. Somebody else. Anyway, drop that in the comments if you remember who does the Silver Dragons. But Audio Quest would be another good one. I'd love to do that. Yeah, Moon Audio. Thank you, Sajan. So let's continue on here. HD-560 are open backs. Oh, they are. I'm sorry. They look like closed backs from the photos. I just don't remember all these model numbers. Sennheiser has so many freaking headphones. There's literally something for everyone. Oh, yeah. Okay. You can see. Sorry. Well, I'll go back to the photo. You can see these are indeed open backs. So it's a mid-tier open back. But a good price, $161, 41% off on that. Pretty good. Okay, and then we'll go. Wait, there we go. Back. 560s S are really good for the money. Yeah, I mean, these are all big deals. I really like finding stuff on. That's why I like going through the HeadFi classifieds. I just reposted my Abyss 1266 TC today, so that's back up on HeadFi for sale for anybody interested. It's a big package. It's like the superconductor cable, the 6-foot superconductor cable, the stand, and the headphone, and the boxes, all the original boxes and packing materials, all that stuff. I'm selling off in one package on HeadFi. Go look for that. Fosse Audio had the K7 DAC amp was a lightning deal today, but he missed it. Ooh, let's look it up. K7. Amazon. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty attractive little number right there. Here it is, K7. There's that M18 for sale. It's got a nice little readout on it. Some pushy buttons. A couple dials. Got to love a dial. Looks small. I wonder how small it is. How does it look on a desktop? Oh, it's pretty decent size. Nice. Aluminum alloy. RCA output, USB in. Great. Balanced. Okay. Very nice. So there you go. But it wasn't on for. It's not for sale now. It was a flash deal. Do you remember how much it was off? How much they had it going for? Because maybe it'll come back if we're lucky. JTB. Director's QVC Garage. There are actually some decent Prime deals if you're looking for Bluetooth speaker boom box to take to the beach, etc. Ooh, nice. I haven't bought one of those in a long time. What's the boom speaker? Ultimate Ears. I had one of these Ultimate Ears booms. Pricey little mother. 94 bucks. 30% off though. But boys, you can get it in pink and purple. Or whatever. Whatever they're calling these colors. And look, she's so happy playing this thing. 360-degree sound, boys. That's where it's at. Immersive. Immersion. Pretty good. Dragon Cables or Moon Audio. Thank you, Hipster Cow. So I'd like to get in touch. If anybody has any contacts over there, let me know. JTB has got the 560s for $150 on sale, and it wasn't even Prime Day. Well, cheers on that, man. That's great. Good price. Anyone else check out the ZMF Hot Cup Summer? I'd imagine they're mostly sold out now because they do go fast. Let's look up the ZMF headphones. Show you what I'm looking at. Hot Cup Summer. Ooh, I like the blocks. There we go. This, I always like this style. I just think it's like, you know, it's like a continent. It looks like a globe, like a world map or something. Very attractive. This one's a little darker, a little moodier. You got the Green River. You've got all burl. Nice. Some spotted burl. More like eyes, snake eyes. Is that a zebra wood? What is that? Yours may differ from the picture. It's all B-stock headphones and headphones boxes and cables and stuff and headphones. But I've seen cups made out of this stuff. It's really attractive stuff. But these are boxes, I guess. You can, for your headphones, to display them nicely. Where are the cups? Are they sold out of the cups already? Looks like they are. Get a nice headphone stand, though. Look at these headphone stands. Jesus, Zach, what are you doing? And what this is they take a burl wood, which has got a lot of holes in it, and they fill the holes with epoxy, with epoxy resin, and then they color it or put flakes in it or something to give it its own sort of zhuzhing. But yeah, these things are gorgeous. I mean, they're just works of art. $300 though for a stand. Goodness me, what are we doing, boys? What are we doing? That's not gonna work for the unemployed person that I am. But it looks like their hot cups are sold out, unfortunately. Hipster Cow JTB, that also reminded Brain Audio has great portable speaker on sale. They were at the high-end show and it sounded fantastic. Oh, that's good. Brain Audio. Let's go look them up for the fun of it, because why not? Sorry, one-handed typing, boys. Here we go. Here's Brain. Hang on. Looks like a hat box. I think I saw this on demo. I don't know if it was CanGen. Maybe it was at a high-end show. But I seem to remember hearing this. And people were picking these up. Not the cheapest thing in the world. Ooh. $424 for a Bluetooth speaker. Goodness me. That Marshall one for... I'm all about the style, boys. Got black. The Marshall, fake Marshall cabinet. It's a Bluetooth speaker. Vintage. Very nice. But yeah, the Brain Audio, that's a higher end quality for sure. And it's priced accordingly. 424 bucks. Damn. Boys, give us a break. But look, you can, if you buy it, you're practically got a pool invite for the whole summer because people are going to want to hang out with you. Or you can go yoga. You can go to yoga with it. The possibilities, boys, are endless. Pretty good. Power, aux in. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Brain Audio. K7 is probably aimed at gamers, but it's getting good reviews in the general as a general solid all-in-one. Very nice. The high-end show, yes. The high-end show takes place in Irvine, California, every June. It was the precursor to CanJam. Before CanJam, SoCal was a thing. All headphone enthusiasts in SoCal would go to the high-end show where they had a section of it devoted just to headphones. But it's a much bigger installation. These are places where manufacturers get rooms and set up their wares. So you can go in and hear the latest JPI turntable, or you can go listen to Vandersteen speakers. It's where I met Richard Vandersteen for the first time. Was at the high-end show. He had a room with Vandersteen 7 set up in it, and they were playing Stevie Ray Vaughan on a turntable, on a $100,000 turntable, and it was like God was in the room. God showed up for about 20 minutes. It was spectacular. Fantastic. Zach is doing different runs of headphones for Hot Cup Summer over the next few weeks. He's been threatening to come back on our Hangout and fill us in on everything that's going on, all things EMF. But he's kind of in the middle of doing some summer traveling and getting away from it all too. And he's got other obligations. ZMF headphones haven't gone on sale yet. They will be bringing some to CanJam London. Yeah, you can always get stuff for sale at the CanJam shows for ZMF. They always bring some shelf models that they're selling. Had I had a job last year, I would have walked off with with one of them. What's the one? The Bokeh. I would have gotten a Bokeh closed. They had some Bokeh or Bokeh closed headphones there, and they were stabilized and they looked fantastic. I was like, oh, I would totally buy this, but broke, no job, loser. Speaking of losers, no. Let's do one more and then we'll go. Noble had up to 50% a few days ago for the Wizard's birthday. Yeah, every year they do a salute to Dr. John Moulton, and do a big sale on their non-custom stuff, the stuff that's off the shelf. Love to get I'm a huge fan of Noble. Anything I can get from Noble is fantastic. I love it. Let's move on to Sajan's system, to Hipster Cow's system. He sent me a buttload of photos. And I think that's the technical term for it. Okay, so I gotta find them though, because, here we go. Okay, so we got this, and I've got my notes up. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start with the hardware. I'm going to go in order of what Sajan sent to me. This is fantastic. You guys ready? Because this is the real deal. He's got one hell of a system here. All right, here we go. Off and running. This is the Mass Kobo 465. Just a small little entry-level headphone amplifier. No big deal. He's got a Hi-Fi Rose RD160. This is an integrated amp. So it's basically... is there a DAC in this too, Sajan? Am I reading this right? I think he's got... looks like a DAC. Looks like it's a DAC. I don't know all the numbers for It's just a DAC. Okay, it is just a DAC. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. And then down below, he's got the Black Ice preamp, and these are getting rave reviews from everyone. Serious mojo there. Oh, here we go. We got a better shot of it coming down. Oh, look at that's a DAC. Look at the display on this thing. Goodness. What filters do you want? What input do you want? Oh boy, there's a lot of stuff there. That's awesome, man. That's a nice unit. Very visual. Clear what's going on here. Black Ice. I've heard nothing but great things about Black Ice Audio pre's and all that stuff. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm gonna get another look at it. There's the overview. Does that ring light up? Man, that's cool. That's a cool volume. Look at that. So what Sajan, for those of us who are unfamiliar with the Hi-Fi Rose thing, is this a screen? What is this? Or is it like stuff gets displayed? It looks like it's kind of a screen because it looks like it's going to... Is that a moving waveform along with it? Maybe. Send in your viewer videos to the Director's Garage at gmail.com. That's the Director's Garage at gmail.com. Send in your videos of your gear with all the stuff moving. That's fantastic. It looks like it's changing with the sound. Wow, it's so blended well with the faceplate. That's really amazing. That it's an AM OLED screen. That's brilliant. And it can display info, but it's so blend. I mean, look how blended this is with the rest of the unit. You can't see that it's a screen. Very clever. Okay, we're into some new stuff here. Okay, so here we got a phono pre from Ray Samuels. Love that. The XR10B, and then you've got a head amp Singzer SA1, and then you've got a Roon server here. The Dell is his Roon server. That's dealing with all this stuff. Very cool. Very cool. I mean, Ray's stuff is just, I mean, it's just built so solid. I love the ring around the volume, or about the Phono Select. You can really dial in your cartridge. And it's magnetic or moving magnet. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This is noted as his girlfriend's system. So, you know, this is the cast-off stuff that Sajan. It's an X-Duo XA10 and an X-Duo TH-26 combo pack here. Very nice. Very nice. So when she wants to listen to something, I like that there's an arrow, a tape, painter's tape arrow on it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Little tube action. Very sweet. Very sweet. So this is from X-Duo. And this would be a DAC, and then here you've got a traditional tube amp. Very nice. God, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to get our first look at headphones. First look at Sajan's headphones coming up. So you've got his Audeze LCD-4 and the LCD-4. This is the 24 here in the foreground. And then you've got his turntable in the front here. And then that's his prized, well-worn LCD-4s in the background on the fancy-ass headphone stand. And then that looks like a mod house in the background there. Is that true? That's a dual-sided tungsten. It is. I love that he's got orange. That's an interesting color combo. Haven't seen that before. Very cool. Very cool. You like these LCD-24s? Tell us what you think about the 24s. I don't know that I've spent any time with them. So we're going to go back to that turntable now. Here's his cartridge. This cartridge is, he says it's an Audeze Mammoth Gold MK2. Folks, that is a $9,500 phono cartridge made of 21,000-year-old mammoth tusk. Okay, that's off the deep end. That is off the deep end. Let's review this again. Let's go through the. He needs that Ray Samuels thing. Goodness me. Okay, so what we're looking at right here is mammoth tusk. Mammoth tusk. $10,000 worth of mammoth tusk. And a $9,500. I bet you it doesn't weigh that much, though. Phono cartridge. Fabulous. Fabulous. Get my AC/DC records out. I want to hear what Mammoth Tusk does to Back in Black. Oh, I love it. That is amazing. That is something to see right there. That's worth the price of admission. Of all the photos, that's the one I am now currently. I like that Hi-Fi Rose DAC, but this might be the winner. Okay, going back to some headphones now. Oh, here's the Trilogy. Oh, we've got a new entry here. Okay, so let's start with this is the LCD-4. That's his main go-to. Love the LCD-4. Modhouse tungsten dual-sided in the middle, which can be driven nicely by that Mass Kobo. And then he's got a ZMF Atrium in a gorgeous epoxy and wood burl finish. And matching headphone stands here, I would note, too. But I love the Atrium. It's such a neutral sound. And then you've got all the details and the magnificence of the LCD-4. And then you've got a Sesfara-like sound in the Modhouse tungsten dual-sided. Very good pair. Very good spread there. I like each of those headphones has a nice purpose, you know. And the LCD-4 is kind of an all-arounder, and then you get the warmth if you're going for more, you want that more intimate effect. The Atrium is going to do it for you and give you the nice bottom end, all the things. And then, of course, the LCD-4 is no slouch. All these are really nice bass-represented headphones. I would note that, right? Sajan likes his bottom end. Close-up on the LCD-4. With some quality libations in the background, a man after my own heart. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, here's a close-up of that Atrium in the wild. In the wild. He went to the jungle and found booze and sounds. Booze and tunes. Very cool. Yeah, I really like the color on these too. The purple really works. Always a fan of that. Very, very nice. All right, now we're going to go look at that tungsten. Ooh, yeah. The kind of, it's like, it's an orange like a highway worker's vest. You know, it's that bright, it's a, you know, grabbing, attention-grabbing scheme here. Love it. Love it. We're going to get another look at these. Oh, there they are. Now they're in the wild. Very cool. Very cool. Sajan. This is well played, my friend. Well played. Well played. Man, that's good. Now we're going to get into those that LCD-24. Got to catch up in the chat. Catch up in the chat here while we're doing this because Sajan made some notes. LCD-24 is really good. It shows off the technical capabilities of the LCD-4 driver, but it doesn't have as nice a tuning. So it's not probably not as robust down low, I would guess, because that is what the LCD-4 just digs and digs and digs. Very cool, though, man. What a nice looking headphone too. All right, so we're through that. Okay, now we're gonna step back to some consumer stuff. Okay, we got the HD-580 Jubilee. Very nice. This is a limit. Okay, so here's the story on this one. This was he writes, this was a limited edition headphone Sennheiser released in 1995 to celebrate the 50th anniversary, limited to 4,000 units, and Sajan has one of them. This was long before I even started my headphone journey. Very cool. Very cool. But, you know, you need some of these base models. Here's the HD6XX. This is the one by Drop. The XX always indicates that it's by Massdrop or Drop, depending on when they were purchased. These have seen some wear. We're getting. This is the scratch and dent model in Sajan's collection. Most used and abused headphone, clearly. When you need to check something quick, this is the way to go. Okay, another headphone coming up, the Focal Elysia. These are nice. Now these are magnesium, I believe, cone dynamic driver. It's gonna be a little brighter on the mids, but very nice. And Focal does do a really nice design. I really do like the Focal look. I think they've got like a modern take on things that's really nice. And these, he won. Sajan won these from me. This is the Jimmy's from Jerry Harvey Audio, signifying the Purple Haze edition things. This is in one of my giveaways. Hipster Cow won this in one of the giveaways. We got to get back to giveaways, good boys. I got to get a job, if not for no other reason than to resume the giveaways. I've got so much to give away here. Can't wait to do it. Can't wait to do it. Got to get back to doing shows. Got to get back to this. This here is the Menard Zen Tops. I am not familiar with this at all. Maybe it's Maingard. Maybe it's cutting off because it doesn't get the spelling, so it drew a red line under it. Maingard Zen Tops, XENN. It's a really cool looking faceplate. I love this translucent thing going on. 3D. Very good colors. Big fan of that. Going to go to another IEM here. Here is the Campfire Audio Moon River. He won those from Bloom Audio in a giveaway. Very good. Very good. Sasha's got some luck in these contests, man. That's really great. And here's his Audeze Carbon, which he had bought with the intent of upgrading and then decided not to. Decided against it. So this is the original Audeze Carbon. You'll note that it's got the silver behind the faceplate. The new ones have a rose gold in there, and they also have that stripe for the what you call it, the slam technology plate. But basic design is the same, different sound though. And then he's got an Abyss Dianify TC. He recently sold these. I love the color of these. Sajan, I wish, oh man, this would be a headphone I'd love to own just to try out. I'm a big fan of this. I'm very curious about the Dianas. I want to spend some time with them, especially the TC model. Big fan of this. So Sajan opened up the vault and gave us a half an hour of photo essay of how you do the headphone hobby. This is some shit here, man. This is some great stuff. Got the Jimmy's, the Elysia, 6XX. 580 LCD-24. Very nice. He's got his Mod House tungstens, getting his, you know, filling in that sort of Cisfara gap. He's got a nice, one of the nicest pair of dynamic drivers on the planet in the atrium. Beautiful sounding headphone, very intimate, very nice, with a lot of impact and just great overall tonality. LCD-4, legend. And of course, who can forget the Woolly Mammoth Ebony Tusk, whatever, Woolly Mammoth Tusk Gold, $10,000, $9,500 cartridge for his turntable. Goodness. That's amazing. What a great system. Certainly has a fantastic phonoprix, and then this Mass Kobo is the crown jewel. At well, I think they're back up to 17,000 now with all the tariffs. Amazing stuff. Sajan, take a bow, my friend. Take a virtual bow. That is amazing stuff, man. That is amazing stuff. I love it. I love it, man. That is how you do it. That is how you do it, fellas. That's just. Got his smile on my face ear to ear. He's got some great listening going on. Fan-frickin-tastic. If you have, a headphone system you want to show off, please send your photos into directorsgarage@gmail.com. It doesn't have to be the high end of Sajan's amazing system here. It can be a pair of IEMs that you really like. It can be whatever it is that you're enjoying listening to, that you have an appreciation for. Please send in your photos to directorsgarage@gmail.com. We'll put your photos on the show and spend some time just checking out and talking about what we love about your products that you've chosen for your system. Fantastic. Okay, back to the chat. And yeah, we got a little bit of time here. Yeah, JTB got on Sajan for the thickness of his neck, because some of those headphones are a little on the heavy side, and that is true. Those LCD-4s, these LCD-4s right here, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. The bass has got such great texture on this headphone. I mean, this is. As much as I like the Abyss 1266 TC, the balance on this headphone is spectacular. I mean, I'm just listening to my background music now, and it's just so nice. It's so nice. It's a beautiful bass that is not out of place, or I don't know. It's just it's a great headphone, man. These are great headphones still today. And this headphone has got some mileage on it. Still great, though. Still great. And Neil Snyder says he just, after he retracted a message, Neil, what was in the retracted message, my friend? Just sold his My Box, so he freed up some cash for some more audio gear. So Neil is going to have a summer listening party out back on his lanai overlooking the Pacific Ocean. And he's going to have the Sennheiser HE-1 out back by poolside, so that you can lounge on your floaty in the pool overlooking the Pacific Ocean with your HE-1 on. That's how Neil rolls. Just don't fall in. or get into a splash war with your son. Little Man the OG. Cheers, my brother. Welcome. The real hidden gem is the FoKus Celeste. He sold his last year and miss him. Let's see if is there a Celeste on? I didn't look up FoKus headphones. Let's see if there's an Amazon Prime FoKus deal. Because that would be a score. There's a skull candy. Let's go to that. Because I put in Focal headphones in my on my laptop, and you can get the Batiste for $523. That's a pretty good price. And then right after that, you get the Skull Crusher, Amazon Prime. Nothing's on sale here, unfortunately. Oh, the Celeste E is on sale. You got a Prime Day deal. What's this? I didn't see this. 24% off on the Celeste E. Well. Little Man the OG comes through with a solid recommendation. Not only is it on sale for 24% off on Amazon, $7.59. Pretty good price. If you like that sound, that's a pretty good deal on that one. All right. Well, that's what I'm saying, boys. We got to look out for each other and find these deals online when we can. So good. So good. Cheers. Good recommendation. Neil sold his TV room R9 for the Shandling SM13 arriving in 2 weeks. Well, Neil, we need photos. Photos or it didn't happen, my friend. Hey, what do these crowns mean next to your names? This is how YouTube illiterate I am. What does this mean? Oh, you guys get XP for commenting. So JTB has made the most comments, so he's the #1 crown holder for commenting. Neil's number 3. So good. All right, now I understand. Now I understand what's happening here. Well, that's cool. I'm sorry to see the R9 go, because that was kind of a neat box. And you raved about it and then told me you actually owned it later. Praise. There's nothing but praise for that, man. That's a great system. Sajan, thank you for sharing it with us. He wants to clarify, he only spent $1,500 on the Mammoth cartridge. He bought it from the managing partner of his firm who was getting an upgrade. Wow. Well, he gave you a nice discount. You must have been a good employee that quarter. You came through on the numbers. Man. But what a thing to own. It's made out of extinct mammoth tusk. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's a hell of a that's a hell of a cartridge, though. I spent $2,000 on mine. I have a Delos from Lyra. But if my boss was going to sell me a $1,500 cartridge, yeah, I'd be going for it too. Way above his pay grade. Director's Garage. If you had to get one headphone tube amp for a setup, what would you get? Suave P says. First of all, Suave P, cheers. Welcome to the insanity of the Director's Garage. Live stream today. What's your budget? That's the first question I'd have to you. What are you planning on spending? Because I can spend $8,500 like that for you if you want. I can spend $13,000 like that if you want over at Woo Audio. I was thinking of the Felix Envy. You can get yourself a nice Felix Envy. That's a pretty good amp to get for a tube amp. But the question is what do you have for budget? If you're in the lower ranks, there are other things. There are things to consider down in the more entry level positions too, like the WA22, that kind of thing. JTB says, other than the Utopia in the right, the Radiance is by far the best vocal he's heard yet. All right. That's a point for the Radiance, according to JTB. Love that. His current setup is the Lampezator Atlantic 3 TRP and the LTA Z10E, and his budget is between $4,000 and $7,000. Well, I'm going to open it up to the field and see what they think. But I would bet you could probably get yourself into a Felix Envy, like a mid-tier Felix Envy. It's not going to have the best tubes on the planet, but you could find a used. I'm a used guy. I believe in recirculating the love and using and buying used, and you know, I think it's an efficient way to get into better gear. So I'm a huge fan of that. And you know, like Hipster got himself into into a very expensive turntable cartridge for you know, not much money. I would encourage you to look that way. At 7,000, I have seen, okay, if you're willing to go used, I have seen some special edition Woo Audio WA33s slipping into that level. And I think you could probably, with some negotiating, probably get yourself into a WA33 at that price. And that would be what I would do. It's a little, you're pushing the very ceiling at $7,000. And you might be more like 7,500, $8,000, but man, you'd be in an absolute top tier amp for that. That would be probably, if I'm doing that would be the way to go. Otherwise, if I'm looking for a mid-tier tube, I think you can get into I think you could probably find, you know, not a high, you're not going to get the special editions with the fancy wiring and all of that, and special caps, but you can get into a nice mid-tier Felix Envy, I think, somewhere in the middle of that. So I would push you to that. Can you get into any Wells gear? Wells Audio makes really good tube gear. But it might be pricier than that. No, you can get a tube. Oh, also a really, really nice sounding. If you want to keep it on the lower end of the budget, ZMF has that wonderful amp. I'll never forget the name of it while I look it up. Aegis? Yeah. Here you go. This is in the 3 to 4 range. I'm not going to join the ZMF team. I've joined it many times over. Yeah, this Aegis is a damn good amp for the money. And great looking, and wood. So that's an option. That would be an option. Let's look at headphone amps, products, headphone amplifiers from Wells. Sorry, I don't have this up. What's the V8 going for? You can get the V8. You can get into a Wells Audio V8, but I think you're going to be under what you can spend. Oh, you can do a custom build. Wells Audio. Let's go to that real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just love the build of these things, of Wells. I have to spell it right. So here's Wells Audio, and let's talk about headphone amplifiers. So you can get into this V8, which is a really nice looking compact, but you can level up and get this noise canceling technology, premium parts on the inside, or you can custom build something. So that's a way to go too. That's buying new. And let's see what you can probably get into a WA5 at that price range if you're looking to buy new. Yeah, you can be comfortably into the WA5 territory. Luna's going to be out of reach unless you find one for sale, secondhand. So yeah, those are where I would push you towards. Any of those tube amps. I love the Woo. Personally, I love the Woo sound. I love the Woo design ethic. So I'm a little partial to them. I own a Woo amp. I think the Felix stuff sounds fantastic. If you can find an Envy for sale secondhand, I think that that's a viable way to go for sure. And yeah, the Aegis is also a really nice tube amp. I heard that. I thought it was great. I thought it paired well with my ZMF gear. So very good. Yes, JTB is the king. Felix Echo Vibe. His son just bought it, just love it. Very good entry-level tube amp. Yeah, Felix makes stuff up and down the region. I mean, they're known for their higher-end stuff, but you can find some entry-level stuff. He thinks a used WA33 go for around $4,500. I've seen them higher than that. I think but you never know. You might fall into one. That's a phenomenal amp. I mean, you're not going to go wrong with the WA33 if you can find one used for $4,500. I mean, I don't even remember because I did a trade-in to get it. I had the WA5. This is before the WA33 even came out. I had the WA5, and then they came out with the upgrade to the LE. They came up with the upgrade to the V2. So I sent my 5 in, and I got it fitted as a V2 LE. Because I don't use the pre's out. I mean, I'm just using it as straight headphones. I don't have a use for a pre out on that. I had it all capped out with the black caps and all the special wiring, point-to-point wiring, all that shit. Beautiful pot, all the things. Jack just loaded it up with his best gear, and so knew that thing's like north of $6,000. So I don't even remember what I think. I probably threw $4,000 at it, plus my my WA5, my original WA5, to get to that. But this is a phenomenal. I love this tube amp. It's going nowhere. It's a 300B. I love the 300B sound. I'm a big fan. But what a great question. It's an interesting prospect when you have so much to spend. Like, what would you buy if? There's also someone on US Audio Mart selling a B52 for $3,000. I haven't heard the B52. Let's look that up. Doing a lot of laptop stuff today. It's kind of fun. Products. Does this have headphone output on it though? Boy, that's pretty. Can we go through the photos? How do we go through the photos? Next. Ooh. I mean, artwork on the inside, fellas. Ooh. Looking for a tube amp. It's got Ray's design ethic for sure. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I wonder if he's making these anymore or not. Whether he's making these or not. Let's see. Tons of information there. Buy now. Okay, B50, it's $5,300. Well, that's in your pocket. He's got to update this website because his flagship isn't in there right now. It's not listed. I mean, if I want a B21 Raider, where do I go? You go to me. Yeah, he doesn't sell the Dark Star anymore either. Can't buy that in. Unfortunate, but true. I'm still in the... Someday, when I get my big boy job, I'm going to be back in the market for a Dark Star. I want one of those so bad. Just to have it. Just a fun amp to play with. You know what I mean? He says, thanks. He found an Envy Performance Oak for 6100. Damn good amp. Yeah, I wouldn't have any problem with you buying that. Like I said, I'm a little more partial to... sound-wise, it's right there. Sound-wise, the Envy is right there with everything on the market. I personally like the design ethic of Jack Wu a little bit more. So I kind of lean a little more towards his stuff. The Wells stuff is gorgeous. I just think that's beautiful. But yeah, an Envy 6100, you're going to be fine. And I also like the Ray stuff. I think it's all great. Fantastic. So good, boys. Great discussions today. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff we can afford on Amazon Prime, except me. And I've been working on stuff too. I've got, just off camera here, I'm doing some flash testing because I do have a job on Sunday. I did manage to book a gig. It's a one-day only gig with some folks that I worked with in the fall. So at least it's going to be some money this week. But I'm working on some backup income, and I'm working on some real estate photography because I did that video, and then it got me thinking, well, I could do more of those videos, but finding somebody who just wants to hire me to do a video is going to be a challenge. So maybe I need to offer my photography services. And so I'm doing some experimenting, trying to do some interior, doing real estate photography. And I do have a number of realtors who I know who are friends of mine, so I could probably get hired to do it. But I've got to get the process down and get my version of it, my process perfected before I start selling my services to anybody. So I'm doing testing up in the upstairs quarters with some strobes and some HDR techniques, but I've got the HDR technique, but there's a strobe technique that people are using that is impressive, and I know how to run a camera, and I know how to get a good shot, and I know how to compose, so this might be a good bridge to money because I need some money, folks. Gotta get the money coming in and take some of the stress off of Mrs. Director with her one broken hoof. But I had a great time today. Thank you guys for stopping by. Nice hour and a half chunky live stream today. Very good. We did some Amazon Prime. Sajan showed off his gear. Again, boys, if you're interested in showing off your rig, please share your photos at directorsgarage@gmail.com. The shirts are available. They're at this address right here as I switch the Chiron quickly. directorsgarage.com. You can get your headphone merchandise, all sorts of merch with this little headphone logo. Go check it out. And have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. If something pops, I may come back later in the week because out of sheer boredom. But in the meantime, I'm going to sign off for now. And Mrs. Director broke her foot. Tip your waiters and waitresses. That means click the thumbs up button if you haven't, guys. Helps the channel a little bit. If you're interested in the Amazon stuff, if you click the links below, that helps me too, because I get a little goose in the butt from Amazon for steering people to Amazon. You don't even have to buy the stuff. You just use the link, go to Amazon and buy anything. Costs you no more, but it does service the show. It does help kick some stuff back to the show. Mrs. Director broke her foot last week, and I have been, if you missed it, stories at the top of the show, you can rewind when we're off the air. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you before you know it. Oh, jeez, and I just clicked off the switcher. This is so me.
for happy hour people. Let's hang out and get wasted at the director's garage. Oh yes, it's time to get juiced at the